better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with Lord mine. Have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Sean, I'm stuffed.
Oh man,
I don't know that I can eat anymore.
You're gonna have to roll me out of here. Wow.
Did I not tell you that brisket was to die for?
That brisket, the burnt ends. Oh.
My favorite is the brisket that brisket barbecue mac and cheese. That was it always just sticks to your sides at this place. The Rib Shack's the best.
Jerry, this day cannot get any better. This is
I tell you what, best. Man, I tell everybody, if you're coming to Knoxville, there's two places. You start at the Rib Shack and you end at the Dingus for a nightcap.
Hey.
Hey, let's hurry up. We better walk down to the booth. We better walk. We need to walk. So I'm in a food coma.
It feels like that booth's going to be a longer walk now than it was earlier.
Well, the Dingus will end up there, but you always gotta make. If you're going to Knoxville, there's two places. You eat at the Rib Shack and you go to the Dingus after the races. So Joni Bell and gang at the Rib Shack down there at Knoxville, they'll get you hooked up every time. If you're ever in Knoxville, it's the Rib Shack. You gotta go there. I mean, you talk to anybody who's ever gone there, and it's always get some wings and the brisket mac and cheese and all the great stuff at the Rib Shack, and then drink your sorrows away, whether you've won, lose, or draw at the Dingus. You know what I'm excited for? Some Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models for the nightcap of a Super Sunday Fun Day. Hey, Wheeler, apparently your intro music, Jonathan Weary, who's watching, wants to know where your playlist is at. He wants to know what song that was. I don't know which song he was looking for, but maybe you could help our good friend Jonathan Weary on the chat. So now I'm going to ask the question of the night. If you were to go to a barbecue joint, what would you order?
Oh, that's easy, Jerry.
What's your favorite barbecue? Oh. And I know what I'm getting at the Rib Shack. I know exactly what I'm ordering. I'm ordering everything. And that's no kidding. I mean, the smoked wings are the best there, but I mean, let us know if you could have any barbecue right now. What would it be? Where would you go, and where would it be? And what would you have? What would be like? I have to have this. I know when I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I have to go, I know what I want. So there, Wheeler, check the message or check the arrow. So, look at this. Holy cow! I mean, like you had to give the fact that the best barbecue in Knoxville is the Rib Shack. You also had to know that the fast time at Knoxville was going to be Blake Majulis, followed by Drew Hopkins, Devin Cardwell, Zach McSwain, and Evan C. Your top 5 qualifiers.
So that's going to set us up, Jerry. We've got 3 heat races here tonight.
Yes. 4 heat races.
Oh, 4.
I will forgive you because you are in a food coma and you have the meat sweats.
I do. It's we're gonna have to go rehydrate at the Dingus here in a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's look. Heat race number 1, Blake Majulis, 127, Team DA1 RT. To his outside, picked up a good run in the big blocks. That's Evan C. for Team VLR.
Dylan Yeager inside the second row. Rocket Racing Setups 48. Landon Barker going to start 4th on the grid. The Slinger Motorsports number 5.
Corey Sibley in the tail tag in Motorsports 999. Jason Salter, they're in the 10 machine for Rocket Esports.
4th row comprised of the Drew Hopkins Racing 40 of Chase Hardy 49 and Alex Bergeron, the Team ABR Esports number 12. He'll start 8th on the grid.
Going to the 9th and 10th place starters, that will be Robert Fletcher in the 077 and Justin Robinson in the 21.
Tyson Pankow, the 91, and Gavin Korkiakowski. Oh, no, I've got this. I've got it. Korkiakowski. Going to be your 12th and final starter for heat race number 1 of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Super Late Models.
I have been repeating that name in my head. Korkiakowski. Korkiakowski. Coast. Yes. Korkiakowski. Yes. Just like he lives up on the, I think, Pacific Northwest coast.
You know, with a last name like Niestead, I feel the pain. I know what it's like that nobody knows in the world how to say your name correctly, so I'll do my best.
Yes. I mean, we don't have like a cool, like easy name like Brett Wheeler or Alex Robinson or. Yeah, Brett Walker he used to walk, but now he wheels himself around.
That one got me. I think Brett always tries to make us laugh during these broadcasts. He got me on that one. We are green, Jerry. 4 heat races, 3 cars transfer.
Here we go. Majulis C, Landon Barker, and Dylan Yeager, your top 4. On down the back straightaway. Blake Majulis, your race leader. Remember, top 4 transfer will take 12 directly to the A main out of our 4 heat races. Majulis followed by C. Then it's Barker, Slater, Dylan Yeager, 1 out of a transfer. Look at him.
Yeager still 1 out. Alex Bergeron right behind him. The car's heading down the back straightaway. Majulis out strong in this one. Had some bad luck earlier tonight. He's trying to right that ship right away here in heat race number 1. We'll get side by side for the position. Here comes Dylan Yeager to the bottom. Jason Salter holding on to the 4th spot. But only 3 transfer as we continue to work our way around the Knoxville Raceway. Lap number 3 about to go into the books. We'll have 5 to go.
On down, it'll be Majulis, C, and Barker. Top 3 looking in. Look at this, Alex Bergeron in the 12 car. Alex has worked his way into the top 5 as they hustle down the back straightaway. We'll be looking at the cross flags. We are halfway home. Blake Majulis, your race leader.
Majulis has the lead by 0.6 of a second, now 0.7 of a second over Evan C., who runs in the 2nd spot. C, fresh off the victory earlier tonight in the Envision Custom Graphics Big Block Modifieds here at Knoxville. Landon Barker continues to hold down the 3rd spot. That is the final direct ticket into tonight's main event.
Then it will be the 10 of Salter and Bergeron. They will have great B-main starting spots as they work them on down as we go on board with Alex Bergeron down into turn number 3 and 4 and looking at that great, huge full grandstands here at Knoxville. Down into turn number 1 they go. Everybody kind of working it up on the top side, trying to make that line come on around. Majulis C, Barker, Salter, Bergeron, top 5.
Bergeron not satisfied with the 5th place run. He'll dip to the inside of Salter, looking for 4th as they see the white flag from Justin Clark on the flag stand. Back into turn number 1 they go. They're getting real tight and racy there for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position, but they're running out of time to go to the big dance. Blake Majulis going to bring them off of turn number 4, and the 127 wins our opening heat race. Evan C. 2nd, Landon Barker 3rd. They will transfer directly to tonight's main event.
Waiting for everyone to cross the timing and scoring loop here at the starter stand, and then we'll take a look at your official 12 finishers as they pop down through victory lane. Taking a look right now, it's Majulis, C, and Barker, all to the A main. Cars coming through B and C main qualifiers: Salter, Sibley, Bergeron, Hardy, Yeager, Fletcher, Robinson, Korkiakowski, and Pankow, your 12th finisher. Heat race number 2, getting ready to roll to the speedway. Your Mimi's making some motions. Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. Drew Hopkins, the 157 out of the Drew Hopkins Racing Stables, and Devin Morgan from Team VLR sitting to the outside of row number 1.
Row number 2, Slam Sim Sports number 38. That's Mason Lobb on the inside. Tanner Tomasi going to line up 4th on the grid. He drives the number 09.
Then we go to row number 3. It'll be Logan Rumsey in the 52, which of course will turn to the 41 on the car, and Jimmy Ray driving the double lot.
Daniel Powell, the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, or Mid-South number 32. He'll line up 7th on the grid. Dixon Slinger for Full Throttle Performance, number 51. He starts outside row 4.
I will see Randall Carter for Team VLR in the 37, and Brett New from Band Motorsports in the 144.
Starting inside the 6th row, he drives the Sisu Dirt Crew car number 40. That is Timothy Korkiakowski. And next to him, Mitch Stiles, the 54, will be your 12th and final starter. That is heat race number 2 of the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models, ready for action here at the Knoxville Raceway. Again, 8 times around. Only the top 3 going to go to tonight's main event on this one, Jerry.
Yes. So as we get ready to go to the green flag here momentarily, they roll past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum and the Brian Clausen Tower. They're on the back straightaway here at Knoxville. Of course, if you ever get to Knoxville, stop and see our good friend Bob Baker and his staff at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. I was actually down there. They were closed last time I was in Knoxville, but I did roll through to check out the cars sitting in the window of the Hall of Fame and Museum, and I guarantee him, you know what, if I ain't got nothing going next Sunday or Saturday, I'm going down there to check things out. Speaking of checking things out, it's Drew Hopkins. He's looking to throw keys on the mail or keys on the desk and check out of this one as he takes the early race lead. Devin Morgan, Mason Lobb. There's your 3 transfer cars, but this one is long done from over.
Tanner Tomasi, 1 out of a transfer spot right in front of Logan Rumsey. Rumsey down the back straight away, looking at him as he'll dip to the inside of that 09 machine. Off of turn number 4 we go. The 157 of Drew Hopkins leads. 2 laps in, 6 laps to go in heat race number 2.
Logan Rumsey running the JD wrap. The Jonathan Davenport 49 machine down the back straightaway sits right behind Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi going to see him come to the inside. It is Logan Rumsey downstairs. Tomasi holds him at bay right there as they work down into turn number 1 and 2 to the first caution of the night.
So Wally Price going to bring the pace truck out in front of the field. We'll get them all woed down and see what happened here. I'm going to guess Daniel Powell with trouble here. So we will see. Down the back straightaway, Powell getting into the outside wall, trying to bring her down the racetrack. And ooh, hard right turn. Yeah, that one hurt. Jerry, where do you think you have to go after a hard hit like that at the Knoxville Raceway? Wow.
After a hit like that, the Knoxville Raceway. Yeah, the Knoxville Raceway Fire and Safety Crew is going to send you to the medical center. Get you all checked out. Make sure you're okay.
There it is.
Right there it is. He's already made his way there in the ambulance, and I don't know that we'll see him walk out quite yet. But you know, that was a hit like that. Was it 2 years ago? that was I can't remember who it was. I was down. It was like a Thursday or Friday night of the Lucas Oil Late Model Nationals. Same hit, just like that in turn 3, and I mean it shortened that late model up in real life about 3 or 4 foot. And it was when I seen that car hit, I'm like, I've seen that in real life from the Hall of Fame suites. I've seen that happen.
Yeah, those are the kind of wrecks that really make you thankful for today's head and neck restraint systems and all the recent advances in safety in these cars and all cars across racing. That, you know, not that long ago, that would be a far worse outcome for incidents like that than you know, hopefully what most of them are today.
Yeah, you know, you hear some people say, oh, yeah, I remember 30 years ago, a guy took a hit like that, and he didn't have all that safety equipment. He was also going about 45 mile an hour slower.
Yeah, amazing.
It always amazes me when it comes to safety, how everybody's like, oh, you know, I remember. Yeah, I also remember the guy didn't walk away from a car that crashed without a cage in it, too. So as they work him on down into turn number 3 and 4, Drew Hopkins, Devin Morgan, Tanner Tomasi. Oh, Tomasi's in there hard with some romance on the 52 of Rumsey, and we go to the yellow flag.
Ooh, some yellow back out. Let's see if we can find another Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay here as take a look on this one.
Mitch Stiles there in 54. Things are going to get right and tight. Oops,
Oh.
Just off the berm. Ooh, another hard right turn.
That's the second hard hit right there, just below the NOS energy drink sign over there in turn number 3.
Yeah. You know, like we talked there in the big blocks in the sprint cars, you always hear stories that come out of, you know, racetracks that are phenomenal, or, you know, that are famous. And, you know, back years ago, when the safety in a sprint car wasn't what it was, and there was more fatalities than there was finishes sometimes. I've heard it from multiple people in Knoxville, and people that I would say would give me that would tell you the true story. That come Friday afternoon, the doctors would draw straws to see who had to stay in town that weekend, because they didn't want to have to deal with what would happen on Saturday at the racetrack. So yeah, it's kind of, you hear those stories across the country, and then you hear now how things happen, and it's like, whew, everybody's got it easy right now.
You know, it's amazing. You go back to those times, and there were the naysayers that, you know, they didn't have the power of social media, but, you know, still back then the voices were heard that, oh, putting those roll cages on the cars, that's the end of the sport. Yeah, just imagine if those people had social media like people that the naysayers do these days.
Oh, yeah, you still wouldn't have cages in race cars.
Back to the
All
green.
right. Here we go. Pace vehicle pulls to the infield, and we go back to the green flag. Drew Hopkins is going to lead the field on down into turn number 1 and 2. Hopkins, Morgan, Lob, and Tomasi working there 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, only top 3 cars transferring into tonight's A main. We'll lock 12 in. The rest will run C's and B's. Here we come. Look at this deep in the action. Remember, just because you finish 4, you want to finish as high as you can, because 4th on back sets you up for a B or a C main, as here's the battle for 3rd.
There's a good race going on for the 3rd spot there. Devin Morgan and Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi's back a spot as well. So now Lob up to the 2nd spot with that move into 38. He's got Devin Morgan in 3rd. Morgan to the bottom. Slide job. The Buck 12 back up to the 2nd spot. Here comes Lob back to his inside. So track getting racy now during this heat race. For the Mimings, Makings, and Motions, Warrior Logistics, Super Late Models. Still, great battle for the 2nd spot. That's going to transfer out to a whole bunch of spots on the starting grid. That's why they're throwing the haymakers with the white flag in the air, Jerry.
White's away, but they'll hustle on down the back straightaway. Hopkins, Morgan, and Lob 1, 2, and 3. Lob's going to lob one down off the bottom one more time. Can he do it? You're in a transfer. Don't do it. Hang on. It's going to be a race down the front straightaway. Hopkins, Tomasi. Tomasi is going to be able to capitalize on Morgan, on somebody's contact.
Tomasi didn't
finish.
sneak into a transfer. Oh, he did. He was finished in 3rd. Look at that. That's a tie, Jerry. A tie for 2nd.
I want to go back and watch it. I want to go.
Oh.
I don't know if we got time for a replay on that deal, but man, that thing got. She got all kinds of romantic on the right side coming in there into turn number 3 and 4 to the checkered flag. But, whew, Mimi's making his emotions. Heat race number 3 getting ready to come to the speedway, and whoo-hoo, Davin Cardwell, the 07 there, the Drew Hopkins Racing machine, 116 machine, or the 70 machine. It'll be Adam Hummerding, the 42, there to the outside of row number 2.
Brett Carter, the Team VLR 69 inside row 2. John Regario Jr., the 44 for Team D1RT Racing. He'll start 4th on the grid.
Brandon Freeberg right there in the 117, and Austin Friedman for the Ace Motorsports 89.
Mid-South Dirt Slingers, number 34 of Bill Miller, starts 7th on the grid, and next to him in row number 4, that's Ryan Underwood for Team VLR.
We'll go see Ethan Toder there in the 23 from Drew Hopkins Racing, and Matthew Logan, the Team D1RT Racing machine.
And 6th and final row, Eric Skalf from $1 Million Motorsports inside in the 50. And Vanderpool Racing 042. That's Alex Robinson, your 12th and final starter. Jerry, I thought after leaving the Rib Shack I had the meat sweats, but now after that wild finish in that last heat race, whoo, I'm sweating from the action.
Yes, that was crazy, crazy stuff there in heat race number 2. We'll see what happens here in heat race number 3. Alex Robin, look at that, Alex. Apparently he had put some new panels on that car. Got the old, apparently he's got the BJ Duvall ducttapes.com 42 machine there on the back row. That thing is beautiful. I mean, I don't get, I mean, he could have made the numbers the same size at least. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, is that like 4 squared or something?
Well, they don't run on pretty. They run on horsepower. Maybe that's the key right here as Davin Cardwell is out to the early lead. Look at him stepping right behind him, though, Jerry.
Working it on in there, looking on down the back straightaway. Ruggiero there in the 44 up on the outside. Oh, boy, hang on, swinging and singing. That's what you do with it. Holy cow, Freeberg. I believe they're in the 171. Yeah, working it there. The 171 at Freeberg. Now here comes Underwood as we are to the caution flag. Yellow flag comes out as Gary Price brings the Pella Motors pace truck to the speedway. So let's take a look at the replay.
Bill Miller's going to be the one who ends up on his lid on this deal. But look at him up in front of him, and then, he takes the shot from behind. Ends up doing a little gymnastics over there in turn number 4, and that puts us under the caution here in heat race number 3. Miller sailing it in there. Car gets tight right there, and as he's tight, he's lifting, and then he'll take the poke from Ethan Toder from behind, and there you see Bill Miller doing some riding.
I really think that crash came with a wedding proposal. I really think it was that much that it required a proposal.
One and done rule in the heat races here, Jerry. So drivers involved in caution flags in the heat races tonight for these Warrior Logistics, Mimi's Makings and Motions super late models, they're just summoned right to the infield. So
see you bye.
Yep, that's it. See you in the C main.
Not what you want to see.
No.
So as they work around under the caution flag here in heat race number 3, Cardwell, Hummerding, and now it looks like Brett Carter, the 69, and John Ruggiero in the 44. Rounding out the top 4. Remember, top 3 moving on into the A main. Pace truck's in. We're back to the green flag. Cardwell will rock and roll down into turn number 1.
Very good restart there. The Tennessee Tornado leading them off of at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Hammerding still holding on to that second spot in third. Ruggiero as he tries to hold off Brent Carter for that final transfer spot. Off the corner they work. We will put lap number 5 into the books. Well, we're going to subtract the lap 4 laps in, maybe 2 laps. You know what? I'll figure out how many laps we're in, Jerry. We just need to know right now. Davin Cardwell is your race leader in the 70.
lumps of sugar would you like? Oh, 3 or 4. Here we go on down the front straight. I say, foghorn, leghorn. Going to show you how it's done. It'll be Davin Cardwell, Adam Hommerding, and John Ruggiero Jr., your top 3 down the back straightaway. They will rock into turn number 3 and 4. Cardwell, Hommerding, and Ruggiero. Looking at this time, flags are crossed. We're halfway home.
Watching the scoring ticker as the same time the officials are subtracting the yellow flag laps, and they got me on that one. Still a good run going. Cardwell, Hommerding, Ruggiero in those transfer spots as you see them heading on down into turn number 3. Ruggiero, the 44, slips up the racetrack. That opens the door. Brent Carter to his inside. Brent Carter into a transfer spot. The 69 machine has it. The 44, he wants to get back into that position. They'll come down the back straightaway and into your living room.
They'll work them on in there. I tell you what, you were talking about math. I had no way of adding anything up as they work them off of turn number 4 this time, though I can tell you the 2 to go. There are 2 laps remaining as you see Brent Carter had snuck around John Ruggiero, putting Ruggiero in the B main. Coming up here later this evening, Ruggiero one more time is going to slick to the bottom, but it's Cardwell and Hommerding, your 1 and 2 runners.
White flag in the air and no math needed, Jerry. That is 1 lap to go for Davin Cardwell. Well out front in that 70 ride. He's got a final set of turns and a 2.5 lead as he'll bring us to the checkered flag in heat race number 3. Cardwell gets the win. Hommerding goes second, and Brent Carter will get the final transfer spot into the A main here this evening.
So there we go, waiting for Alex Robinson to make his way across the starter stand.
Don't have to worry,
So
but
we
he
can
will
get your
certainly
victory.
make weight, Jerry. He had 5 pounds of spaghetti he had for dinner tonight.
Yes, apparently they need to work on the left side percentage on that car. Davin Cardwell, Adam Hommerding, and Brent Carter 1, 2, and 3. Ruggiero, Freeberg, Friedman, Toter, Underwood, Sculf, Robinson, Logan, and Miller, your 12 finishers. So that'll wrap up heat race number 3. Heat race number 4 coming at you. Zach McSwain on the pole in the 35, and Richard Murtaugh in the 33 for Rocket Racing setups to the outside of row 1.
The D1RT Racing number 80, that's Dylan Wilson. He goes third on the grid. Lyndon Whitfill lines up on his outside in the Vanderpool Racing car number 3.
Going to row number 3 to the inside, it's Derek Keltner in the 24 from Drew Hopkins Racing. And not sure what she's wanting us to buy her this week. That's TM Operate there in the 14 machine.
Dylan Hauser lines up inside of the number 4 row. Next to him, that'll be CJ Howell in what's listed down as the number 2.
We'll take a look. It will be Corey Austin, the 92 for the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, and Trevor Fitz from Team D1RT in the 28.
Donnie Batiste, the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, 119 inside the 6th row. Scooter Black, the D1RT Racing 47, will start in position number 12. We'll have to keep an eye on Dylan Hauser in this one here, Jerry, as he enters tonight number 2 in the point standings for the championship here in the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. He enters the night 16 points behind Evan C. atop the charts and 8 points ahead of Alex Bergeron, who comes into tonight number 3 in the point standings.
Yes. Did you see when we were going along the backside of the backstretch grandstands what I saw?
What did you see?
That thing that BJ Duvall had no idea what was, a Quonset hut.
A Quonset hut. Everybody in the Midwest here knows what a Quonset is.
Yeah, duh. I seen about 72 of them on my way home today.
Mm-hmm. And you can't call it like a pole building. It's not a big metal shed because it's round. That makes it a Quonset.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a hoop building because a hoop building has like a canvas thing over top of it. We have those at Boone.
Yes.
Yes. So unfortunately, BJ Duvall, even though he is well-rounded in the expertise of Ouija boards, does not know what rounded metal buildings are. Speaking of rounded, then we're going to round our way off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway to the caution. Apparently, the start not taking good on this one, so the start being called back. Let's see what happened. Here's what happened here, kids. Check it out. Are you ready for it? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. That
Oh,
was
there's a
Trevor
wreck in
Fritz.
front of that too. There was another incident going
You know what
on.
What happened? Because you know what I say to Trevor Fitz right there? Well, here we'll get to it there. He contact him in the 92 of Corey Austin. Hauser and that other 2 car, CJ Howell, they get a little side-by-side action. Here comes. Ooh, look at there. Hang on, there's like 2 crashes.
Yeah. Simultaneous action going on here.
We couldn't get enough wide enough camera angle. But anyway, back to Trevor Fitz. All I gotta say is, can't park there, bud. Can't park there, bud. Keep her moving. Can't park there, bud.
He's trying. Donnie Batiste
Trying. Have a late model in turn 1 that needs moved immediately, or you will be towed.
Unfortunately for him, it's a tow, and that's on iRacing, about 2.5 minutes. And again, if you're involved in a caution here in our heat races tonight, the World of Thunder officials just going to politely ask you to take it to the pit stall.
Go fix it up and try later. So as we're just shy of the halfway point here, McSwain, Murtaugh, and Wilson, your top 3. Of course, for those of you who are watching on the iRacing homepage, it's great to have you tuned in here as another great Ultimate Dirt TV production of the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics World of Thunder Esports League, Season 12 of Super Late Model.
Of course, they can join us every Sunday, Jerry, for our Super Sunday Fun Days as we get back to the green flag here in heat race number 4. McSwain, Murtaugh, and Wilson running in those top 3 spots. Whitfield right behind them in 4th, and Dylan Hauser again. He's number 2 in the point standings. He's looking for the 4th position, 2 by 2 behind your race leader.
Down the front straightaway in the copter cam, Dylan Hauser working there on the bottom side. Here comes the 80 McSwain. Oh, there's contact down the back straightaway. Here we go. Did I lose you after my copter cam there, Sean?
Oh, no, I'm back.
I think I did.
I was out for a moment. I'm back. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, back to the copter cam. Here we go. It's the deuce of Hauser. Oh, Hauser gets a little contact from Tia Moppert. Moppert with a shot to the shorts. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Hauser again. They come down to the bottom. Oh, look up under the skirt. The 80 machine is upside. Well, I don't know what you would call that. That was crazy.
I'm not sure. That was crazy. That's what you call it.
Let's go back to our reporter in the copter cam. Well, what we have here, boys, is we've got us a crash down there in turn number 3 and 4. Hang on a minute. See, there's contact. There's skirt looking.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like this other car comes in and says, hey, this is like a good fun time. Yes, I mean.
Dylan Wilson has, there's nothing he can do. He's completely in the air. On top of 2 other cars.
There was all kinds of ramming and jamming going on there.
That was about like, the figure skaters on ice when they've got 2 of them. And it was like somebody got really confused and went out and joined them, and suddenly there were 3.
Oh, either that or I thought it was a good cross-check in hockey, one of the 2.
Something like that. As the 80 of Dylan Wilson just saw him pull to the infield, and well, this field's getting thinned out here in heat race number 4, but we're still going to take the top 3. Yeah, there's the dingus again. Calling my name.
Oh, we got a green light there on the.
Yep.
Look at that. We got a red light. They're stopping traffic.
Oh, see, there they go.
No, he didn't run over. He was yellow, Wheeler. I mean, see, there's a yellow light. There's a red light. Okay. Hang on a minute. Oh, we wanted a crash. Ooh. Holy jeez. Did you see that credit? That drunken fool left the dingus and about got in a crash. Oh my goodness! I mean, the only thing worse than that would be if the dingo ate you, baby. Speaking of that, it's Crocky. Action off turn number 2.
I'm gonna save the world from my accents. We've got Zach McSwain out front, Lyndon Whitfield, Dylan Hauser in the top 3 position. CJ Howell, Tia Moppert side by side for 4th. Howell sneaking around the outside of Moppert for that spot. Now, Hauser got the car sideways. He's going to try to collect it up. They're all dancing behind him. And now we continue on with the green. Dylan Hauser somehow able to save the car and saves a transfer position as they come to the stripe. 2 laps to go. It's all Zach McSwain out front.
I can think about Zoink, Scooby, did you see that? Holy goodness, McSwain, Lyndon Whitfall. Then it'll be Dylan Hauser back there to the number 3 spot. They hustle him on down off of turn number 4. They're going to be looking at white flag and 1 lap to go. McSwain, Whitfall, Hauser, top 3.
McSwain's been kind of on easy street for a lot of this race, but Whitfield chased him down. He's got it. He's right there off of turn number 4, taking a peek to the outside. To the line they will come. Oh, it gets close and tight at the end, but Zach McSwain gets the win. Whitfield 2nd, Dylan Hauser in 3rd. Out of heat race number 4 takes the checkers. We'll get your official finish for tonight's 4th and final heat race of the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models here at the Knoxville Raceway. There you see it. McSwain, Whitfield, Hauser in the top 3 spots. Keltner, Moppert, Howell, Murtaugh, Wilson, Batiste, Austin, Fitz, and Black going to be your official finish of heat race number 4. And Jerry, that takes us into feature event time with tonight's C Main in the staging area.
It's C Main coming at us. Dylan Yeager, 48 Rocket Racing Setups, and Logan Rumsey, the 41 from Slick Sim Sports. Actually, it's 49 car.
Yes, it is. Ryan Underwood is 46, typically. Team VLR inside row number 2. Dylan Wilson next to him in the number 80.
Going to row number 3, it's Robert Fletcher, the 077. Brent New, the 144 from Band Motorsports.
Eric Sculf, the $1 Million Motorsports 50 inside the 4th row. Donnie Batiste next to him in the Mid-South Dirt Slingers 119.
Hey, it's Justin Robinson. They're in the HRE Motorsports 21. And Tim Korkakowski, they're in the 40 from Sisu Dirt Crew.
The 42 of Alex Robinson lines up 11th. Vanderpool Racing entry. Mid-South Dirt Slingers 92. Corey Austin going to go outside row number 6.
We go to row number 7, where it is Gavin Korkakowski. They're in the 15. And Mitch Stiles in the 54.
Matthew Logan, the 41, starts 15th outside row 8. Trevor Fitz in the number 28.
Then we'll see Tyson Pankow in the 91 and Daniel Powell in the 32.
And Bill Miller, the 34, Mid-South Dirt Slingers car inside the 10th row. It's Scooter Black. He'll be your final starter. He drives the number 47 for D1RT Racing. 20 cars. It looks like 8 laps is the distance. 4, Jerry. 4. Only 4 of these 20 go on to a B main here tonight.
Zing zing alla bing. 4 of them going for a magic carpet ride tonight. Who's it going to be? They will try to make their way into the C main as we get ready to go. Green flag racing on the front row. It is Yeager and Rumsey looking for the green flag. It's up, it's out, and here we go.
You know who did not get a very good start on that one? Dylan Wilson lost a few spots, got the car kind of jacked up on the start and lost several positions. Yellow flag is out. We've got caution before we complete the first lap in tonight's C main. Dylan Yeager field going to back it on down as the pace truck going to catch up with the field. We are under the yellow.
Yellow! Yellow! Hello, Dylan Yeager, the yellow's out.
He thought you were yelling YOLO.
Oh, YOLO, like you only live once?
You only live once. Keep it wide open.
You know, I gotta tell you something. I mean, this honest, good truth. I mean, I wouldn't make a story up like this. It's a good story, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Most people who know me know I'm a huge, huge fan of peanut M&Ms. I love peanut. If I had to have M&Ms, peanut M&Ms are my go-to every day of the week.
Okay.
So I got for Valentine's Day. I got one of those M&M kind of candy machines, right? And then like a couple days later, these bags of M&Ms show up, and they're these M&M brownie ones.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. It makes the old inner fat kid of me come out. They're tasty. These chocolate brownie things,
Is that
dang, it would be good if they had if they had peanuts in them.
See,
I mean, if you had peanuts in these M&M brown. All right, we're gonna watch a replay of. I don't know
Alex
what we're doing
Robinson
here.
is going to be involved in this one. As you see the stack up there. Now watch Robinson comes through. He sails it in the corner, gets it loose, and then he gets a little help from behind there from Gavin Korkeakowski. And Robinson spun it around.
So, is it yellow for Alex?
I think so. Yeah, I think technically it was for Alex Robinson.
Okay. Apparently, I was watching a little bit of the Facebook chat tonight.
Oh, I haven't even looked over there. What are they talking about? What am I missing?
Getting a little heated up there, kids. It's like the action on the track. It's getting hot.
Ooh. A little steamy, like last week's Valentine's celebration, huh?
Well, mine was more of like going to the freezer, but that's a whole different story. I would have had better luck going on a walk with Brett Wheeler on Valentine's Day than anything else. Yeah, Brett Walker before he turned to Wheeler.
That one got me good earlier. That one got me real good.
That did.
I was going to say No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you finish.
No, I was going to completely change the subject.
All right, we probably should.
Yeah, I was going to go back.
We are on the iRacing front page, and we kind of got warned about our don't go goofy on the nightcap.
Yeah, well, you'd let us sit over at the Dingus for a couple hours, and here we are.
I thought we'd sober up at the Rib Shack, but
the perfect M&M doesn't exist. Because the perfect M&M, the best one out there is the peanut butter M&M, but they're just a little bit too big, and that's why Reese's Pieces exist, because that is truly the perfect little M&M-like candy.
You know what I had? This is no kidding. I wouldn't lie. I'll tell you two no-lie stories. Last night, I was driving down, came across a movie theater, right? Went in, got me a big thing. Didn't go to the movie. Was in the mood for some movie theater hot buttered popcorn. Got some. I get a phone call. Hello. Make sure you get some of the Reese's Pieces in there. I'm like, why do you always have to put candy and popcorn? I normally don't do it, but I did last night with the Reese's Pieces deal in there. Might ate too much.
Ooh. And now here you are. You've got your new M&Ms going. What a night. Hey, green flag. We're back underway in this C-Main. Here we go.
Like a green-white checkered finish? Because I see 8 laps on the ticker. I'm not sure how it works.
Yeah,
but here we go. Up a 2 and down the back straightaway. Underwood's going to be the meat and the sandwich there. Hang on. They're going to get together down the back straightaway. Oh, boy. Look, this action. Hang on. Boy, howdy, the white flag is coming out.
Nope, that's a yellow.
Timeout. This is like the truck race at Daytona Friday night. The leader was coming for the white to make it official, and we had to sit through 72 more minutes.
Well, NASCAR officiating is always just spot on. Oh, Alex Robinson brought out the caution there in the 42. Looked like he had spun over
and Patricia
there.
Payne's Patricia Payne's cheering on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, this flagman, our iRacing flagman.
Hey, he's got nothing on Justin Clark, the Knoxville Raceway and Houston Speedway flagman.
Anybody, and I've always told Doug, anybody who can wave them big 3 foot by 3 foot flags has got. I mean, they've got an arm.
Oh,
that's a lot of material to wave.
And
I've
not
had
just
some
that.
of them before. Hey, I think we got time. Let's run over the dingus real quick. I think we got time. Yeah, we got somebody. We're gonna sit here and watch traffic. See, okay.
Yep.
Oh, see that guy in the Jeep was turning in. He wasn't ready to quite join us.
I'm gonna run on over to the High V. The High V is right behind the dingus. I'm gonna let's see what they got on special. Maybe we can do some grilling out at the North Campground later.
Did you see that car? That green car that just went by? It said turbo on the bumper.
Oh. I like the Rib Shack sign. I like that it says "Welcome Race Fans and Outlaws" on the sign. That is the perfect touch of Knoxville. That's what it is like there. Everyone, race fans welcome.
Yep. Joni Bell and the crew there at the Rib Shack. Hang on a minute. I don't know.
We're green. We're green. I'll give you that much.
Okay, so we are green flag. I was confused there for a minute. I was looking to get a plate of ribs. It's going to be out front, Dylan Yeager, Logan Rumsey. 1, 2, 3, 4 is Underwood, and then Wilson. The white flag comes out this time. I am just absolutely confused here. But what's not confusing is I thought that Underwood was throwing a huge haymaker on 41.
Final set of turns of the C main. Dylan Yeager, Logan Rumsey, Ryan Underwood, Dylan Wilson in the transfer spots. Checkered flag will. No, I still got a white on the screen. I'm lost, Jerry. I'm lost. We're still racing. Dylan Wilson still in the. Yep, yellow's out. Yellow is out. All right, so this happens once in a while. Things get a little confusing, and we've got a yellow over the speedway.
Yellow. Yellow.
YOLO.
Hang on a minute. YOLO.
We got a problem, Jerry.
Oh yeah. Hey, I don't know, but see that. I mean, we're not sure, like by the sign, what kind of car that is with the that straight up and down windshield. I thought it was maybe kind of like an off-breed of a Subaru Impreza, but dude, I gave you one job, and it was to park the truck so when we got done, we could get out. I mean, did you wedge the truck in between those two cars? And I'm not talking the blue truck. That blue Dodge on the end is not Sean's truck. It's that Silverado wedged in between them two cars there. I mean, how are we going to get in? I mean, it doesn't have a sliding back window.
No, I'm not sure how we're going to accomplish this one. I'm certainly not feeling skinny after another plate of ribs and some more brisket here. Brisket sandwich. Ooh, slathered up.
I'm telling you what, I'm not. I mean, usually I'm quick-witted and I'm able to think on the fly. But after that C main, it sucked all the intelligence out of my mind. So I don't know how to get in that car. I don't even know if we're done with the race.
No, I think we're going to run this one to the time limit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost.
I tell you what, this is as crazy as you getting Russell's phone number for me. That gal at the Dingus, Janie Russell. That was her name. That was I sent Alex Robinson over to ask for Janie Russell, and she said that's Janie. Janie Russell was who we were talking to over at the Dingus.
Hey, we're on board with Alex Robinson. Hey, we're green flag off of number 4. We are. This is watching Alex Robinson finesse that steering wheel around the racetrack. Green flag waving. Whoa, little loose getting in the corner as we'll make our way off of turn number 2 by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Dylan Yeager's out front. Oh, out front, it's getting a little wild here for the final transfer spot. Dylan Wilson right now is in it, as best I can tell, in the number 80 machine, but Robert Fletcher all over him in the 77. And we're lifting. I think we hit the time limit. I think the race is over. All right. So how did it finish, Jerry? There's our answer.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I'm really confused, but Dylan Yeager, Logan Rumsey, Ryan Underwood, and Dylan Wilson, I think are going to the B. I think. And the rest of them, The rest of them, I don't know where they're going. So we're going to call that one as that one's done. DUN. Stick a fork in it.
Yes. Ooh, didn't even
Take
need
the results away, Wheeler. Take the results.
Didn't need a fork. Didn't need a knife for my brisket. Just so good. Oh, B main time here, Jerry.
This better be better than the C mains, all I got to say. Here comes Jason Salter there in the 10 car for Rocket Esports, and Devin Morgan, the 112 from Team VLR.
John Ruggiero Jr., the 44 D1RT Racing entry, starts third. Derek Keltner on the outside of row 2. Drew Hopkins Racing car number 24.
Corey Sibley there in the 999 from Tail Tag and Motorsports, and Dixon Slinger from Full Throttle Performance 5-1.
Starting inside row number 4, that's Brandon Freeberg in the 117, and next to him, it's Tia Moppert in the D1RT Racing number 14.
Alex Bergeron, Team ABR Esports in the 12 car. Jimmy Ray in the 00. Go number 5.
11th starter is the Ace Motorsports, number 89 of Austin Friedman. CJ Howell, the Mid-South number 2, going to line up on the outside.
Then it'll be Chase Hardy chasing down a dream, the 49, Drew Hopkins Racing 49, and Randall Carter, Team VLR in the 37.
Ethan Toter lines up 15th on the grid in the Drew Hopkins Racing car. Richard Murtaugh Jr. on his outside, the Rocket Racing Setups entry.
Dylan Yeager, the 48, Rocket Racing Setups, number 17 starting spot. Logan Rumsey, Slick Sim Sports 52 to the outside.
And the final row, Ryan Underwood and Dylan Wilson going to line up side by side in row number 10. The field about to see the green flag as they make their way into turn number 4. 12 laps, 10 laps the distance, 12 transfer. 10 laps, 12 transfer, Jerry. We have a green.
All right, here we go. It'll be down into turn number 1 and 2. Look at this. The 112 machine of Devin Morgan up around the outside. They'll fan it 3 wide in behind them. Down the front, back straightaway, it will be Jason Salter, your race leader. Ruggiero's got company. Devin Morgan coming to the outside. They will be 2 and 3 wide racing. Got him up against the Armco down in turn number 4 as we hustle down to lap number 1.
1 lap in, 9 to go. As you see that wild pack right now, Chase Hardy has the final transfer spot. They're 3 wide off of turn number 2, down into turn 3. Oh, some contact hard into the outside wall. Now some more contact, and we've got some chaos over here in turn number 4. They're rolling over. Logan Rumsey and Dixon Slinger with the incident over here, and we have a caution over the speedway.
Big wreck down there on the west end of the speedway. As they get ready to run on down there, you see the 50 car. You see Bergeron's got to run there. Things got narrow, shot there, and then here comes the 41 of Rumsey, and he keeps rolling. Keep rolling.
Yeah, a whole lot of that over there. Turn 3 and 4 really been a rough one for these drivers tonight, Jerry. That outside wall, it's been tested several times.
Yes, it has. So we go on board with Logan Rumsey here. As we'll see what happens. As Kirk, boom, and then whoa. Normally, a ride like that would take 3 tickets.
He got that one for free.
I know, folks. Sean, I gotta apologize to some folks.
Okay, what did you do now?
I gotta apologize if people did not think that C-Main was not entertaining. Sean and I tried our best.
Sure did.
We did. I mean, when Sean's got this to work with, I mean, it's a tough act. I mean, it's hard. I don't know how you do it.
Well, you know, the secret
I don't even know how
sauce,
I put up with myself sometimes.
The secret sauce is right over there on the top shelf at the old Dingus.
Go to the top shelf after the races?
Ooh, maybe. There's the Dingus.
Ooh, there's not much traffic out there.
Yeah, after the Dingus, then it's North Campground, and just the fun at Knoxville.
That's where Justin Clark will be afterwards. North Campground.
Good times. I need to get back down to Knoxville.
What? I do. I usually Wednesdays and Thursdays of the Nationals is when I get there, and then I get down there for the late model Nationals for a couple nights too. So Because it's hard to get there on Saturday nights, because usually if we rain out at Boone, they end up raining out too.
Yep.
Tough. So as we work around under the caution, getting everybody in their correct order. Top 12 cars moving on into tonight's A-Main 24-car field for 40 laps the distance. And then it'll be time to be done for the night.
No, we're not, Jerry.
After the A, there's more racing.
There's no more
More
racing.
racing
Well, I'm going to race you over I'm going to race you across the street. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'll push you down the stairs. You'll make it to the bottom faster than I will. Anyway, here we go. Green flag coming out. It'll be Salter to the race lead. Now off into turn number 1 and 2. They will sing it. Look at this. Speaking of singing, down on the bottom side, it is the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. Bergeron looking in there. Ruggerio's in there with Romance on the right side as they work off of turn number 4 and down to the stripe.
So Salter leads that time by. We've got 4 laps in, 6 laps to go in B main action. Salter slides it up, catches the cushion. Ruggerio right there in second. Now 3 wide for that spot as they hustle into turn number 3. Bergeron going to the bottom. Ruggerio in the middle. Devin Morgan on the high line. Morgan's going to prevail. He'll take over position number 2.
They'll work it on in there. It's still Bergeron. The 44, Ruggerio and Morgan around the outside. You got the 44 sandwiched by a couple 12s. The 112 of Morgan on the outside, the 12 of Alex Bergeron on the bottom. And they'll get it in there 3 wide, deeper in behind them. Of course, the higher you finish in that top 12, the closer to the front you start.
Yeah, that's why it's a careful balance of patience and also a little bit of aggressiveness in this B main. Kind of an oxymoron, but still you got to think about making the dance, but where you want to start in that feature event as well. As you look, Ethan Toder right now in the final transfer spot, but Ryan Underwood sneaking to his inside. Underwood right there, and Ethan Toder now give that final transfer spot to Ryan Underwood. Toder coming back after him down the back straightaway.
Underwood slid it across the snoot. We get down into turn number 3 and 4. Toder's going to pay it back. Crossover move, jab the brakes, run back to the inside. That's the way you do it, kids. This is for your last chance to dance. If you finish in the 12th spot, you're going to the A. If not, you're going back there. You're going back to the trailer and coming back next Sunday. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Toder to the outside. To the bottom side is Underwood. They are still wheel to wheel. This time across the stripe, there is 1/2 mile remaining. That time, Underwood bobbled off of 4.
Salter leading this one down the back straightaway for the final set of turns. Jason Salter looking strong here in the number 10 machine, and he'll bring them down Broadway and to the checkered flag. He's your winner of tonight's B main. Morgan, Ruggerio, Bergeron, and Freeman, your top 5 in tonight's B, and that final transfer spot going to Ryan Underwood at the stripe. So he will go on to the main as well. Jerry, that is all of our qualifying action done here tonight from the Knoxville Raceway, as here are your official results from tonight's B main. Salter, Morgan, Ruggerio, Bergeron, Freeberg, Friedman, Keltner, Carter, Moppert, Ray, Hardy, and Underwood going to the main event.
You know what happens the 13th on back?
They get to take him to the trailer.
Good night. Sleep tight. Pleasant dreams to you. Au revoir. Adios. So there you go. Everything's set. 24 cars, 40 laps. We're... God, I really could use something from there right now. While we're getting a refill, we're going to pay some bills. You're watching Super Late Models from Mimi's Makings of Motion and Warrior Logistics on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friend. watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people. And this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for. And this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my.
Here we go. Time for one last rib, one last plate of brisket, and it is time to meet and greet our 24 cars. But before we do, Sean, we got a new segment.
Is it time?
Here on Ultimate Dirt. It's time for tonight's Fan of the Week from our great folks at the Rib Shack. And Jim Emery, you've become this week's Fan of the Week on Ultimate Dirt TV. Here we go. Starting lineup. Starting 24th, it's Ryan Underwood in the 1 car from Team VLR. Chase Hardy in the 49 from Drew Hopkins Racing rolls off 2-3.
Jimmy Ray, the 00, starts outside the 11th row. TM Hopper, the D1RT number 14, inside of him.
Then we'll see Randall Carter, the 37 from Team VLR, and Derek Keltner in the 24 from Drew Hopkins Racing.
The Ace Motorsports 89, Austin Friedman, lines up outside row 9. Brandon Freeberg, the 117, inside of him.
Then we're going to go to row number 8, which should be Alex Bergeron, the 12 car from Team ABR Esports, and John Maggio Jr. in the D1RT Racing 44.
Devin Morgan going to line up outside the 7th row, the 112 for Team VLR, and the Rocket Esports number 10, your B-main winner, Jason Salter, starts 13th.
Going to our top 12 starters, it's Dylan Hauser in the 2 car, and Brent Carter, 69, Team VLR, starts 11th.
Tanner Tomasi going to start 10th on the grid, and Landon Barker, the Slinger Motorsports 5, going from position 9.
Rolling off in the 4th row to the outside, Landon Whitfield in the Vanderpool Racing Machine, and Adam Hummerding there in the 42 to the inside.
Mason Lobb on the outside of the 3rd row, the Slam Sim Sports number 38. Evan C. He'll line up for Team VLR inside of row 3.
Zach McSwain sits inside or outside of row number 2 to the inside. Davin Cardwell, Drew Hopkins Racing number 70.
Drew Hopkins Racing 157 of Drew Hopkins lines up outside row number 1, and on the pole, the D1RT Racing 127. That is Blake Majulis. He will bring the field to the green as we are set and underway. The Mimis, Makings and Motions, Warrior Logistics, Super Late Models at the Knoxville Raceway underway.
They race them off a 2 and down the back straightaway. You saw Fan of the Week Jim Emery waving the green flag. That's what you get when you're Fan of the Week. You get to be the inaugural starter of the A main event as they race them on down to turn number 1 this time. Majulis going to take the race lead. Cardwell going to work to the number 2 spot. Here comes Hopkins McSwain. We're going to fan up 3 wide. Evan C. is digging on the bottom side down the back straightaway.
Oh, look at that. It is tight getting into turn number 3 now. Oh, the little poke from behind the 33 of Evan C. He's able to hold on. Position number 4, Lyndon Whitfield in the top 5 as we see out front the 127. Blake Majulis starting to pull away. 0.6 of a second is lead. Look at this wild pack here off of turn number 2. Dylan Hauser in the middle of that. So now they're wild down here in turn number 3. They are shaking and baking all around the Knoxville Raceway, Jerry.
Oh boy, it has been on like Donkey Kong from the drop of the green. We are 4 laps into this one. Here we come off a 2 and down the back straightaway, riding along with Landon Barker. Barker up there on the outside. Now look at this. Tomasi's got company. Tomasi sees Zach McSwain, the 35. Look to the inside. Tomasi up on the top side. They chase him down the front straightaway. The 25 of Zach McSwain down around the bottom side.
McSwain trying to work the bottom groove. You see that groove way up there by the wall already, and a lot of wrinkled up right rear quarters on these cars here in the very early stage of this one. 1/8 of the way through the feature event. Next, right now, as we cross and put 5 laps into the book. So long way from home in this one as they stair step them with 5 cars off of turn number 2.
They fan him out down the back straightaway. Everything's staying high and tight. Majula's still out front, but this battle deep in the field. Morgan, McSwain, Lob, Tomasi. They all sit behind Whitfield. They're in the 5th spot. Now look at this. Here comes Ruggiero. Ruggerio's going to run to the inside of Hummerding. Hummerding will go to the outside. Ruggiero right there. You see Landon Barker back there right behind him. These 4 cars chasing each other down into turn number 3 and 4. And here comes Ryan Underwood on the move.
Jason Salter trying to come forward as well after picking up the win in the B main. Had a car a little loose there off of turn number 4. Everyone collects it up and continues on. That is the 46 of Ryan Underwood on the very bottom of the speedway up to the 14th spot. Meanwhile, there was that battle there with Salter. Here comes Underwood and Freeberg battling for position. Freeberg on the high line, and he will prevail over Underwood for the moment being.
It'll be Underwood back there to the bottom side. Underwood and Brandon Freeberg working side by side past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Once again, they'll get into turn number 3. Freeberg on the outside. Underwood's going to let it slide on up. That's going to be there. Now Tomasi's got company. Here they come down in there. John Ruggerio's right there. Hummerding in the 42. Look at the action, Sean. It is heating up down into turn number 3.
Let's take a look up towards the front once again. Here's Drew Hopkins and Evan C. side by side. That is the race for 3rd. C in the red and white 33. Hopkins gets into the outside wall just a bit, the 157. That slows his advances, so Evan C. now up into the 3rd spot. Hopkins going to settle in, try to regain his momentum, regain his composure. Here you see the 09 of Tanner Tomasi throwing a slider, gaining the spot over the 42 of Adam Hommerding. Hommerding going to throw one back as the caution flag flies for the first time in tonight's Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics World of Thunder late model feature event. And Dylan Hauser with trouble at the end of this one. I can tell you that much as we see your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay here, Jerry.
Oh, troubles there. Carter and Hardy getting together. Getting down there into turn number 1. See Carter down there on the bottom side, the one machine. Crash. Ooh. Yeah, like you said, just the aftermath of that is the 2 of Dylan Hauser. He had nowhere to go as those 2 guys had gotten together. I believe Tim Moppert right there as the track cleared down to the bottom side.
Yeah. Now that could have major point implications here, Jerry, because that 2 of Dylan Hauser, as I talked about earlier, entered tonight number 2 in the standings for these Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. Evan C. leading the points coming into this event, so that could really shake things up there towards the top of the charts.
We will see what happens as it is. Blake Majulis, we sit on board the Design 75 machine, working up there in the top spot, 12 of 40 in the books. You see still a little bit of the racetrack to use up down there around the top side. It isn't quite gotten to the Armco wall yet, but I guarantee it'll be there by the end of 40 laps.
Yeah, there's a lot of laps to go here. Look at the cushion here, Jerry. Turn number 2 where the slider line. Look up there where it builds this almost jump over there when there's a lot of slide job lines being laid down. That gets wild over there in turn number 2. We'll keep our eyes on that for the remaining laps of tonight's feature event.
Yes, as my good friend Ross Weiss likes to call it, it's a curb. Those open wheel guys, they call it a curb. It's not a cushion. There's a curb up there. Because usually it is a curb. Getting ready to go back to the green flag down into turn number 1 and 2. Majulis going to lead the field. Cardwell and Hopkins. Here comes Evan C. around the outside. C is going to take a look to the top of the racetrack. Caution is back out. Caution back out on the racetrack.
You know, that reminds me, Jerry, you talk about cushion versus curb, as we'll take a look at the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay here, as we'll take a look. Brent Carter there. You see the 69 on the restart. This is refiring off of turn 4. Catches that inside. Now that inside, that's a berm. I don't care what you want to call it, a cushion or what you want to call the top of the racetrack. That inside's a berm, and Brent Carter caught a whole bunch of it and turned the car sideways off of turn 4.
Yep, just rolled that thing over on the right rear, and as it was digging, broke traction, and around he went. right into the Jocko's Sprint Parts. Back to your cushion versus curb.
All right, front row. The guy on the inside is the pole position. What's the driver on the outside?
Guy on the right side of row number 1?
Yes, he's the guy on the. He's not the outside pole. There's only one pole position.
Hey, outside row 1.
Yeah. It bugs me when I hear people say from the outside pole. No, there's only one pole position.
Because the pole is around the inside of the racetrack.
Yes.
Because you measure a racetrack 3 foot off the pole, which is the bottom of the racetrack. But anyway, back to your curb versus cushion. You were going somewhere.
No, that's where I was going, was the pole position thing. Something just sparked me, and I thought of that, and I just had to get it off my chest. There is no outside pole position.
But you know the difference between a... But you do know the difference between a cushion and a curb, don't you?
Well, I think so. This is usually when you hit me with something really... Yeah.
Foot and a half.
I was going to say, I think I do, but you're going to hit me with something
6 to
witty.
8 inches deep. Yeah, a curb is like 2 foot tall. It's something you can throw on in there. Here we go. Getting ready to go to the green flag. We're back underway. 14 to 40. Blake Majulis throws it down on the bottom side of the racetrack as we hustle off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Evan C. back there on Drew Hopkins.
Drew Hopkins to the bottom. C through the middle up to the top. He'll grab the cushion. It's a cushion right now, except maybe over there in turn number 2. Good run there for Evan C. He'll grab the 3rd spot. Coming with him, Devin Morgan in that number 112, riding the outside line. They're building that momentum, and Morgan, a little 3-wheel action as he made his way off of turn number 2. Still have Drew Hopkins working on that bottom groove.
Hopkins right there midsection of the racetrack. The rest of them up there running there up against the cushion. Now we'll race down to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Excuse me, Evan C. going to run it on up to the top of the racetrack. The 112 of Devin Morgan right on in behind him as the caution flag back out on the speedway.
Oh, trouble there in turn number 4. Looked like Dylan Hauser sitting over there backwards as the yellow is out. Here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. See Hauser, the white and black number 2. And he'll get spun around and around and around.
Like him and Carter made some incidental contact getting into the bottom of turn 3, and just enough to upset the car, and around goes the 2 car. Tough break for Dylan Hauser.
Yeah, as we learned last week, a crew chief for Bobby Pierce out there on tour. Here's another look at the incident.
So it looks like him and Carter made a little bit of contact, and that washed the 2 of Hauser up the hill. And when he did that, it looks like the 69 machine really had a 0 chance of missing him.
Yeah, things happen in a hurry over there. Austin, part of it as well. He couldn't avoid the contact. Yellow is out for that incident over there in 3 and 4. There you see your number 2 driver in the point standings coming into tonight's action. He's got a lot of damage on that machine as the crew's going to work on it, try to get him back out here on the racetrack. We've got a long ways to go. He could make up a few positions. Every point's going to matter in the championship for the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics late models. But right now, his hopes of having a top 5 run here tonight certainly have faded away.
You know what we found earlier tonight?
What's that?
When we were out looking for stuff?
Yes.
We found Dale Jr. because, Dale Jr. is hidden. He's hidden somewhere in every iRacing track. And at Knoxville, he is hidden in the bell tower of the Marion County Courthouse.
We found him.
Yes, and we were looking for a hospital first. We found Dale Jr., so if you're ever looking for Dale Jr. at Knoxville, he's in the bell tower of the courthouse. Not in the bell tower looking for bats in the belfry is way up top. That is Davin Cardwell. Cardwell went all the way to the top. Now he goes to the bottom side, battle on for the race lead. Majulis and Cardwell side by side as they hustle off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway.
Majulis able to fend off that challenge. He'll put it right down there next to the berm as Cardwell slides it up. He grabs the cushion, grabs the berm, three-wheels it, but here comes Devin Morgan after him. Morgan with a good run off of turn number 2. Evan C. right behind them. Top 4 off the top of turn number 4. As we come by the stripe, we work now lap number 19. 18 laps in the book, 22 to go. 3 cars, they're stepping off of turn number 4. Turn 2, Jerry.
Yeah, Evan C. chasing down Davin Morgan, who Davin Morgan is a plus 11 on this one. Oh, hang on. C got hit. His troubles down in turn number 4. We got a big pileup as Evan C. around and upside down gets hit there at the end, and that one was a gruesome crash as we go to the virtual red flag. That one got all kinds of whacked out crazy, Neistat.
Yeah, Evan C. here, the 33, going to take a hard shot there. I missed which car that was. McSwain, I think, is who that was, who come in there. And, yeah, then it's pinball time as there you see the 25 of McSwain. And, this one gets ugly in a hurry as McSwain just full send there into turn 3.
What happens is it looked like Evan C. had to check up and change his line. And while that was going on, he's in transition of coming back to chasing the car down. Him and McSwain make contact. The 42 of Hammerding takes a look up under the skirt. C gets crossed up sideways, and then here comes all kinds of chaos.
Ugh. That was a tough one there. You could see that Evan C. had the car locked up. He was trying not to let it slide and get out of control, but everyone else just ran out of room trying to avoid him. You know, once you're committed on the top and the corners here and you've got so much speed here at Knoxville, just a big hit over there. And, we've got kind of the story unfolding here. Evan C., you just saw the incident with him. We've highlighted the incident there with Dylan Hauser. He had trouble. So your top 2 in the point standings now having a bit of a struggle here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway.
There's always that one night that can make or break or have huge changes in a points battle, and tonight right now is being that. As we saw it last week with the last couple weeks with Blake Majulis, who's had trouble in the A feature. Tonight may be looking to find some redemption and put that 127 in one of the most famous victory lanes in the world here at Knoxville.
Yeah, and for Majulis, he enters tonight 4th in the point standings. Alex Bergeron is 3rd in the standings as we go back to green here tonight. Bergeron, by the way, runs in position number 13. So we are green once again here at the Knoxville Raceway. We're halfway home in tonight's A-Main.
It'll be Blake Majulis, Davin Cardwell, Devin Morgan, Drew Hopkins. They work on through. Look at this. They are going to stack and rack them. Underwood, look out down the front straightaway. We've got them crashing. Underwood right now is your mover, shaker, and chocolate cake baker in the 46 car. As he come out of a B main, he is aggressive and getting after it out there in the 46 machine up around the outside.
How are we still green? There were at least 5 cars that were crashing on the front stretch last time by, and we are still green in this one. Look at them scraping the wall as Underwood got a little bit too much of it, slowed him down as he runs in position 12. There you see Bergeron coming forward. Bergeron now 9th. He throws the big slider, catching the cushion now off of turn number 4 and that ABR number 12 machine.
Underwood was almost perpendicular with the flag stand. Getting there a couple laps ago I thought he was going headstrong into the walk-through gate. We'll watch him this time. They get in there 3 wide. Up the hill. Racetrack going to narrow the 171 of Brandon Freeberg. Coming up the hill, the 10 machine down there at the bottom of Zalder. Look out as Underwood is hammered down around the top side.
We've got a lead change out front. Devin Morgan is now showing the way as Blake Majulis and I believe it was Drew Hopkins. So no, it was Davin Cardwell and Majulis. Had a little contact the last time, racing for the lead down in turn number 1. So Morgan snuck through. He takes over the top spot. Majulis now 2nd. Davin Cardwell and Adam Hammerding racing for 3rd. You see that battle on the screen now in turn number 3. So a big change here at the front of the order, just past the halfway point.
Harding right there working in the 4th spot. 3rd is Cardwell, Majulis, and Morgan. Your top 2 or 3, 2, and 1 runners as Drew Hopkins sits back there in the number 5 spot. They'll hurry and scurry down the back straightaway one more time. Devin Morgan right now. He is the rabbit. The Greyhound is the Greyhounds are chasing as we work back deeper in the field, riding with Mason Lobb down the front straightaway. Him and Alex Bergeron going side by side.
You know, for such a large track here tonight, Jerry, I don't think we would have much luck going scouring the pit area trying to find straight sheet metal after this event. They have used them up here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. They've used up the racetrack. We are up there right against the fence. 28 laps in, 12 laps to go at the Knoxville Raceway. You see throwing the big slider there and catching the cushion there. Tanner Tomasi just grabbed it off of the wall, but we got to keep an eye on Ryan Underwood. Started 24th. He's up to 10th, 14 positions gained.
Yes, he is. Watch him. He works it on in there. The 171 down on the bottom side as they work down into turn number 3 and for 1 and 2. Excuse me. Look at that. Holy cow. 3 deep and selling cheap down the back straightaway. Underwood's going to let the crash happen in front of him. Underwood saw that coming as he was able. You saw him change his line getting into turn number 3. He had some, well, I guess maybe the Ouija board told him that there was going to be something happening, and it happened right there as we watch the replay on this one. As you see it, Underwood's way up top. Now, all of a sudden, he's like, I got a feeling. And here comes the 171 down on the inside. There's going to be contact right front to left front. Up the hill goes Mason Lobb. He's going to get into the fence, and Ryan Underwood is able to just careen and move that car down to the bottom and save himself out of being involved in what would have been a devastating wreck there. So you see C and Lobb sitting out of this one along with Dylan Hauser and Chase Hardy. Is it still Devin Morgan, your race leader?
Wow, that was incredible over there in turn number 3. And yeah, we've got a new race leader here with laps starting to wind down here, Jerry. We've got 31 laps in, 9 laps to go when we get that green flag once again. And yeah, things changing around a little bit. Devin Morgan out front now. Blake Majulis led the first half and then some of this race. In the 127, he'll restart in position number 2, just in front of Davin Cardwell, Adam Hommerding, and Drew Hopkins. That battle, you were looking deep in the field, and rightfully so, and I just caught out of the corner of my eye that battle for the race lead that had the slightest of contact between Majulis and Cardwell, and Devin Morgan was like, well, thank you very much, and he just snuck around and dove to the inside of both of them and exited turn 2 with the race lead. So a lot of excitement here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. And look at that racetrack, Jerry. Slick from bottom to top.
Sexy. Exactly what that thing is. Sexy. So we will see what happens. Is this one far from over with 9 laps remaining in this one? Still anybody's race. Still anything can happen. I guarantee you, if it's like any nightcap, something will happen at closing time. Green flag's out. Here we go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Devin Morgan, Blake Majulis 1, 2, and now Davin Cardwell back to 3rd. Or excuse me, Cardwell, then Hommerding, Drew Hopkins, and Ruggiero working your top 6.
Here comes Alex Bergeron going to try to get a spot. He'll get by Ruggiero. Bergeron now up to the 6th spot. So he's gained 10 positions in this main event. Here it is for the race lead. Once again, Devin Morgan, Blake Majulis. They were side by side in 1. Morgan on the top of the racetrack. Majulis working the lower line. They'll switch down in turn number 3. Majulis on the top. Devin Morgan slider line off of turn number 4. Down to the stripe they come. We have 7 laps remaining. Back to turn 1 for the lead, Jerry.
This is where you got to protect the slider. Down the back straightaway, you see Majulis has got to run in the moisture. They come together, getting down into turn number 3. Majulis is now going to let that thing slide on up. He'll try to turn it back down. Morgan cannot get enough traction. Now he's got a big run down into turn number 1 and 2. They'll come to the berm on the bottom side. It'll be Devin Morgan on the bottom. Look at this, chomping at the bit, says Devin Cardwell. Devin Cardwell says, boys, eat them up, use them up. I'm going to sit back here in the catbird seat, and I will take this thing. Back to the top goes Morgan, and now the 127 Majulis crossover. Oh, doctor, here we go, Sean.
Down into 1, and the yellow is out. Yellow flag. Who was leading time by the scoring stand? Oh, this is going to get interesting, Jerry. It has all been building all day long, and now the payoff with some fantastic racing here in the closing laps as John Ruggiero Jr. See the D1RT 44. Working the top of the racetrack there. Looks like he may run out of real estate here. There's the incident. Ruggiero going around.
Tomasi throwing a White Castle at him, and you've seen Ruggiero get... Ruggiero got hard on the binders. You watch that car unload on the nose as Tomasi's coming across the snoot. He's trying not to get into Tomasi. Let him take that... real close to being a slide job. You see him come up the racetrack. He's got him cleared. All of a sudden, there's where Ruggiero gets hard on the brakes. When it does, it upsets the car. Bergeron had nowhere to go. And then Randall Carter in there with a late hit. But, kind of one of those things that Tomasi did not quite have him cleared. Ruggiero did what he had to do, got on the brakes to avoid the contact, and ended up costing him a ton of spots.
Yeah, one of those things. What do they call that? Darned if you do, darned if you don't. I think that was probably the case right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in this deal, I think Ruggiero's probably hindsight's 20/20. I should have just gassed it.
Yeah. That probably would have been better. But, here we go. Blake Majulis, he's got the race lead. He's got control of the restart. He's got us coming back to the green flag. Just a few laps to go here, Jerry. 5 laps remaining at the Knoxville Raceway. Great restart from Majulis. Look at him pull away.
Majulis will take him down the back straight away by 0.4 of a second. Now brings it out to 0.5, a half-second advantage. Look at Drew Hopkins. Hopkins is going to look to the inside of Hammerding. Can they do it? I believe this one's probably going to just train track it around to the top side. We'll see what happens. Not the good restart that Devin Morgan needed that last time. They'll hustle down the back straight away. Majulis, Morgan, Cardwell, Hammerding, and Hopkins, your top 5.
Half of turn number 4 they go. Blake Majulis nailed that restart, protected himself from the slide job, getting into turn number 1. And that may have been the race-winning move. We battle for second. We have a caution. We'll change it up once again here, Jerry. Maybe, just maybe, Devin Morgan or Davin Cardwell's got another shot at Blake Majulis. When we go back to the green, here is your Ultimate Dirt TV replay.
Ooh, we'll see it. Randall Carter there in the 37. Going to get scooted by McSwain. McSwain, holy cow, pirouettes. And you're going to, you got yourself a yard sale down there in turn number 3 and 4 as Carter gets in there. Yes, and I think Zach McSwain's probably taking a look at Knoxville Raceway Fire and Safety. They've got him loaded up, and he's making a trip to the Knoxville Medical Center just outside of turn number 1 and 2 to get checked on after that move and that crash in turn number 3 and 4 in the late runnings of this one.
Yeah. Safety crew been busy here tonight. Thankfully, everybody okay, and we will have a finish coming up on this one, and still anybody's guess. But boy, did Blake Majulis have a great restart on that one. Just dropped the hammer at the perfect time and pulled 4 or 5 car lengths on Morgan down the front straightaway, and then was able to protect himself from a slide job when they got to turn number 1. Right now, going through Devin Morgan's head, he's thinking, how can he do this differently? What can he do to try to get a run, to try to have a little more momentum at Majulis when they get to turn number 1. Morgan is having a great race. He led a portion of this thing. He started 14th and is up there in the 2nd spot. But he wants one more position here, Jerry.
Yes, he does. So we'll see what happens. As right now, this one's going to come back to the green flag. Majulis is going to hit his marks down on the bottom. He's going to put 0.4 of a second on him. By the time they get down to turn number 1 and 2, here comes Davin Cardwell. Cardwell's going to sneak to the bottom as they hustle off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Majulis. Then it's going to be Morgan. Now Cardwell's going to let that thing slide. Not going to get her all the way to the top. He's going to do the right thing and keep her back there in the number 3 spot. Hammerding back there chewing on the bit, working the number 4 spot.
We've got 2 laps to go here at Knoxville down the back straightaway. A lap and a half remaining. Majulis trying to hold on to it as he will see the white flag. Morgan closing in a little bit there in turn number 3, but the white flag flies here at the Knoxville Raceway.
Final trip, final half mile left of the night on a Super Sunday Fun Day here on Ultimate Dirt TV. From street stocks to sprint cars to big blocks to supers, it is going to be final 2 left-hand turns to make that 100-yard dash down to the win. It's Blake Majulis back on top here on the supers. Oh, big wreck down there after the checkers as Hammerding gets around Cardwell. We'll see if that one sticks. Is there was huge contact coming to the checkered flag. So we'll see how they make this one, how it becomes official or what we had happen there coming to the checkered flag.
Blake Majulis, Devin Morgan plus 12 to go second. Hammerding third. Davin Cardwell, Drew Hopkins the top 5 here, Jerry, as we'll have your results coming up here as Blake Majulis going to celebrate. He'll get his first win of the season for the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. As Jerry, let's take a look at those finishing results as Majulis going to celebrate here at Knoxville.
Blake Majulis, Devin Morgan, Adam Hammerding, and Davin Cardwell, your top 5.
Drew Hopkins in the 5th spot. Alex Bergeron was 6th on the grid, or 6th at the finish. He gained 10 spots. Ryan Underwood finishes 7th. He gained 17 positions in tonight's main event. Jason Salter finishes 8th. James Ray 9th, and Landon Barker in 10th here this evening.
11th through 15 going to be Derek Keltner, Brandon Freeberg, Tanner Tomasi, Lyndon Whitfill, and Tia Moppert brings home the 15th spot.
Austin Friedman was 16th. Brent Carter 17th. Mason Lobb finishes in position number 18 in tonight's main event. Zach McSwain was 19th and 20th to Randall Carter.
Final 4 going to be John Ruggiero, Evan C., Dylan Hauser, and Chase Hardy. Those are your 24 cars and stars in their finishing order. We're going to meet and greet our 3 podium finishers here momentarily. But before we do that, we're going to sneak away for just a moment. You're watching Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. Here is your nightcap on Ultimate Dirt TV. What a night it's been. Warrior Logistics, Mimi's Makings and Motions Super Late Models here at the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway and home of the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals. And man, the Super's putting on a great show tonight. And man, I tell you what, I think more excited than Jim Emery Fan of the Week is Blake Majulis. Finally, the monkey has jumped off the back and Blake Majulis has found his way back to victory lane.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a good race there. Track changed up a good bit on us. Some stages I'd feel really good, and then some I'd feel really bad. So definitely a really weird night for sure. Learned a lot though. Tracks are definitely progressing a lot different than they used to, I feel. You never see the top come in 3 and 4 like that, so that was interesting. Overall, a good race. Like I said, we lost the lead there, which sucked, and just battled our way back up and was able to get the lead back. I think we were just a little bit better than Devin, and was able to edge him out on a restart and never look back from there. So definitely a good run.
We kind of watched that deal transfold, and it was kind of one of those deals, protect the slider, and you had to do that. And it looked like that Devin Morgan was right there to be with you. But that second to last restart, you found something off of turn 4, didn't you?
Yeah, I was really good late. I just didn't want to take Devin's line in 3 and 4. I saw the top was good. I didn't want to mirror drive him like that. I knew he was better, and I guarantee he would have passed me if he just rolled the bottom. So I know he was going to send a slider, but I mean, there's only one. I mean, I can't really just let him go. It was hard. I didn't know if he was fully sending a slider or if he would roll middle, and we ended up colliding there. But we were able to recover pretty well and get back on the top and felt really good up there in 3 and 4. And I think that's where we were. Succeeding on the track was 3 and 4 on the top was definitely pretty good.
There you go. Parking this thing back on the box. A lot of great sponsors help you out. Who you want to thank?
Oh, yeah, of course. Just everybody at D1RT Racing, ML Performance, CFM Esports, Swag Design and Media, Design 75 Jeremy Ray for the sweet wrap, Showtime Decals and Apparel, Reliable Energy Solutions, CD Cinematography, BK Designs, and everybody that watch. I appreciate it.
All right, Blake Majulis finding victory lane here at Knoxville. And Sean, you found our runner-up finisher.
I have, standing by here with Devin Morgan. Devin gained 12 spots. Let's first talk about that. You sure got your money's worth coming through the field here in tonight's A-Main.
Yeah, we should have started P7. Maybe I would have had a clean car and had a chance to go after Majulis there, but got ran over in the heat race, part of it, I guess, especially in that camp. But was able to rebound and get back up to the front early. I just didn't have enough for Majulis there. I couldn't run that slider line I wanted to like he could, and then him having a cleaner spoiler, it just helps overall. Any damage you get, especially on these bigger tracks, really hurts. And I couldn't run the line like I wanted to, and then yellow, you got back in front of me there when we had that yellow. I think I may have been able to hold him off there until the end, but part of it, people know how to keep from wrecking.
How wild were those laps right before that caution there when you guys were exchanging those slide jobs? That looked to be like you guys were really up on the wheel and really timing everything out really perfectly the way you guys were exchanging the sliders.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. Being able to race there clean. I just kept messing up on my line there, and but we ran each other clean. It was fun.
For 12 positions gained here tonight, put it in the runner-up spot. Nothing to hang your head on. With the level of competition here, who do you need to thank for the podium performance tonight?
My mom, my dad, Evan C, Team VLR. I gotta thank all my sponsors. I gotta thank y'all for broadcasting World of Thunder for putting it on.
All right, Devin Morgan, congratulations on the runner-up job here tonight. Devin Morgan goes second, finishing third. Adam Hommerding, he's standing by with J-Van.
Third, come right down to the last inch or two, coming to the flag stand, and Adam Hommerding holding on to that number 3 spot. Gotta feel good to get a podium's finish.
Oh, yeah, it feels good to get the first podium finish in this World of Thunder League for sure. We're just trying to hang on to the end. Knew we had a good car from the get-go. Waited for everyone to make a mistake, and we took advantage of it at the end.
That's what you kind of had to do. Sometimes it's survival of the fittest back there, and you guys got to working each other over pretty good, and it was just hanging on, but we watched you. You just you hung around that top 3 all night long.
Right. It was just a game of letting see who goes where and what happens, and happened to work in our favor.
There you go. Top first podium finish here on World of Thunder. Who do you want to thank as far as sponsors and family and friends, and who got you here tonight?
I thank Mason Crawford for all his work he's put into making me come to where I am to this day.
All right. So Adam Hommerding rolls off in the 3rd spot. So congratulations to our podium finishers. Sean, another Super Sunday fun day in the books.
It is in the books. It is. We had great racing in the straight stocks. 410 sprints were great. The big blocks were entertaining. And what a feature we had tonight in the Mimi's Makings Emotions. Warrior Logistics, super late models. We enjoyed some cold beverages. We enjoyed some great Rib Shack. What a great Sunday fun day it has been here on Ultimate Dirt TV with World of Thunder.
Yes, it has. So big thanks to everyone involved as Mimi's Makings Emotions, Warrior Logistics bringing us our super late models. Of course, the big blocks by Envision Custom Designs, Miller Family Trucking, Street Stocks, and DirtFan.com. 410 sprint cars. Super late models never let you down. They're always a good nightcap. We'll make our way over to the Dingus, and next week it's going to be another exciting round. But tonight, picking up his 50th super late model World of Thunder win, Blake Majulis back atop the standings. So from all of us from the gang at World of Thunder Esports League, from all of us at Ultimate Dirt TV, Brett back at the truck, of course, BJ and Steve back at Race Control. It's been our pleasure having each and every one of you enjoying your Sunday with us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. So from all of us to all of you, until next Sunday, have a safe trip home. Be good. God bless. And good night, everybody.